When they started bringing back the death penalty, I embraced it. The death penalty was fine with me as long as it was your brother, your son, or your daughter. It was okay for somebody else's family members. I supported the death penalty. Never gave a thought for the family members left behind of the executed. And then one day it came knocking on my door. And that's where my education began. Okay, I'm ready when you are. They said he was a monster. I don't see that. I see a little brother. I remember being out in the clam flats, digging clams. Matter of fact, while he was in San Quentin prison, we used to talk about clamming. When Manny was 12 years old, Manny had a car accident. He was thrown quite a few feet. From then on, he was late in school. I mean, he just couldn't, he repeated some of his grades over and over. I think about 4 grades he repeated. He could barely read or write when he got out of school. He got out of school in the 7th grade. I moved out to Sacramento in 1967, and at that time, Manny was 17 years old, and I wrote back to my mother, how's Manny doing? Manny's in Vietnam. Manny's in war. I said, what? It seems that Manny was watching the war unfold on TV, and he had already had 2 brothers who were in the Marines in front of him. So he's seen that, he says, I'm going to the Marines, I'm going into the military. So he went down to go join the Marines. He was unable to pass the test. He couldn't pass the test, so the Marines gave him the answers. He found himself at war. I called my mother on the telephone, says, Ma, where's Manny? She said, he's in Vietnam. I said, Ma, we're in Vietnam. She said, he's at this place. I'll go get his letter, I'll tell you where he's at. She spells K-H-E. She got that far, I knew it was K-San, and my heart dropped. K-San was all over the news. Ma had no idea Manny was in such a precarious situation. She'd have been terrified had she known. Manny did his time. He came home after his first tour of duty. After his second tour of duty, he came home. One day, Manny was in his apartment, and something startled him. A backfire of an automobile, something startled him. He got his little 18-month-old baby, little Manny Jr., and he goes, the bombs are coming, we gotta get the baby out. Can't you hear it? The bombs are coming. So he snatches the baby, and he starts running, and his wife is screaming that it's pandemonium, you know. Manny came, when Manny came marching home, limping mentally and morally, they was able to discern his physical wounds, his limps, and they was able to patch those up. But they never got around to patching up that wound in his head. So when he left those 2 tours of duty in Vietnam, he came to America for yet another tour of duty on the battlefield, chasing shadows, imaginary soldiers. And that's what it's all about, see? He was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. After the first wife, he goes to the mental hospital. After the second wife, he goes into the mental hospital. He loses his family. So Manny traded his hooch in Vietnam for a cardboard box on the street of Providence, Rhode Island.